And CBS News' Alex Wagner joins us now from the Capitol Hill. She'll be with us throughout the morning and afternoon conducting interviews with lawmakers and reporters and looking ahead to tonight's address. Alex, good morning to you. What are you looking for tonight?
Good morning, Jeff. Lots of activity here on Capitol Hill, and that's no surprise. This is, as you mentioned, is going to be Donald Trump's meatiest, in theory, policy speech yet of his nascent presidency. I think there's a lot of eager ears that are going to be in the audience, both Republicans and Democrats alike. On one hand, I think Republicans are looking for some specifics from this White House as it concerns some of the landmark policy he'd like to see made. And I think Democrats are looking to see how President Trump will speak to members of the opposition party. Keep in mind that a lot of this big policy he wants to see will require Democratic votes to get through Congress.
Alex, can we talk for a moment about ACA? Because the president addressed it in this Fox News interview this morning. Yesterday, he made some headlines when he said no one realized that health care could be this complicated. Any indication what he's going to say about repeal and replace tonight?
I think we'll hear about a repeal and replace. I doubt we're going to get a specific timeline from this White House, although, again, who knows? I just spoke to Republican Senator John Cornyn, who suggested we could see action on repeal as early as next week. Certainly, there is a lot of change in the air as it comes to a replacement bill, however, Jeff. I think that's anybody's guess. There are several policy proposals being floated around the Hill. Whether everyone will be able to land on something that, again, can garner Democratic support is a huge question mark. And
so when we talk about the priorities, then, we expect to hear something about Obamacare at least. There's also tax reform. There's Dodd-Frank. We talk about this timeline. From what you're hearing on Capitol Hill right now, what does the priority seem to be?
Well, so look, I think that you're going to hear a lot tonight about what President Trump has already done, and he's really moved the levers of power in terms of executive orders. But he has yet to pass a landmark piece of legislation, and that sets him apart from other presidents who at this point had either passed or were on the verge of passing big pieces of legislation, in part due to the fact that they had been coordinating with their counterparts in Congress for months prior. I spoke to Michael Gerson, who is a former speechwriter for George W. Bush, and he said, look, by the time President Bush made the same address of his career, he'd been speaking, or the White House had been speaking, with Republicans on the Hill since December. That is not the case with this White House. Gerson seems to think that Bush is actually behind the ball as it comes to the timeline in which he can really get big things done. Keep in mind, Jeff, there is an election in 2018, and everybody in Congress will be keeping their eyes on the ballot box in 2018. So this is the year, these next few months are going to be critical in actually getting anything done legislatively.
Though we did see Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell at the White House yesterday, and they said their agenda is exactly the same as the president's. Alex, who are you going to be talking to down there today?
I just spoke with Texas Senator John Cornyn. I'll be speaking with Senators Chris Murphy and Tammy Baldwin, Representative Marsha Blackburn, and a host of other people that I will be pulling aside tenaciously throughout the day just for CBSN, Jeff.
Grabbing whoever you can.
I will.
All right, Alex, thank you very much. We'll be checking back with you shortly and throughout the day.
Thanks,
here
Jeff.
On CBSN.